Picture a huge, modern farm. We're talking thousands of acres. Now imagine it's up against one of farming's oldest enemies, weeds. For decades, the main weapon in that fight has always been chemicals. But what if there was a totally different way? What if we could just completely rethink the whole strategy for one of the biggest headaches that farmers face year in and year out? What if we could literally fire the chemicals and instead hire the most powerful, cleanest energy source we've got? This really simple but, really powerful idea is at the very heart of a huge shift that's happening in farming right now. Let's dig into how we even got to this point.
Right, so before we meet these new high-tech farmhands, we really need to get our heads around the scale of the problem they were built to solve. And believe me, it's a challenge that goes way beyond just a few annoying weeds in a field.
900 million. That is the insane number of pounds of herbicides that get used every single year in the US alone just for farming. I mean, it's almost impossible to picture, and it just shows you how deeply dependent we've become on these chemical solutions. And that dependency, well, it's creating a perfect storm for farmers. They are dealing with everything at once. They're fighting herbicide-resistant superweeds. The cost of chemicals is skyrocketing, sometimes over $100 an acre. And on top of that, there are major labor shortages. And all the while, there are growing worries about what all this is doing to the environment and the soil itself, especially for crops like cotton. This quote from Aigen CEO Kenny Lee just hits the nail on the head. The old playbook, it's just not working anymore. The whole idea that we can just keep spraying our way out of this problem is falling apart. And that's creating this urgent need for a radical new approach. And guess what? That new approach is here. And now it's not some new chemical or a bigger, badder tractor. It's something else entirely. It's an intelligent, autonomous, and completely new breed of farmhand. So, let me introduce you to the Aigen Element. The easiest way to think about it, it's basically a Roomba for the farm. It's a lightweight, solar-powered robot that just cruises through the fields by itself, using some seriously advanced AI to tell the difference between a crop and a weed. And when it finds a weed, it just zaps it with these tiny, precise steel blades. No chemicals, no fossil fuels. It's pretty amazing. And this comparison here really shows you what a fundamental shift this is. I mean, we are moving from being totally reliant on chemicals to a method that is 100% chemical-free. We're swapping out fossil fuels for the sun, and we're replacing backbreaking, labor-intensive work with a fully autonomous system that actually protects the health of the soil. Okay, so how do these things actually work? This isn't just some simple little machine. We're talking about a really sophisticated platform that's been built from the ground up for the realities of modern farming. Aigen built their entire platform on 3 core ideas. First, everything is powered by the sun. Simple as that. Second, it's truly autonomous. The robots form this intelligent mesh network, which means they talk to each other and coordinate as a team, all without a human driver. And third, it's farm tough. I mean, this thing is built to handle mud, rain, you name it. Now, what's really cool is how the second generation of these robots, the Element Gen 2, has all this feedback from the field baked right in. You can see they quadrupled the AI compute power, which means way faster weed identification. They added 50% more power for all-day operation and brought in a new vision system for super precise strikes. And the new, wider design means they can work in major crops like cotton, soy, and sugar beets. But here's where the tech gets even smarter. The Element isn't just weeding. As it's roaming the fields, it's constantly scanning, collecting all this valuable data on crop health, pests, diseases, everything. This info basically creates a real-time health map of the entire farm, sending alerts to the growers so they can make faster, better decisions. So all this technology sounds amazing on paper, right? But the real question is, does it actually work out in the real world? Well, let's take a look at the proof from the field. This is Canon Michael. He's the CEO of the Bowles Farming Company, which is a 6th-generation family farm out in California. His farm is actually partnering with Aigen to deploy these robots in their Pima cotton fields for the 2025 season. So this isn't some small test. This is a huge vote of confidence from a major leader in the farming community. And you have to remember, the design of these Gen 2 robots isn't just something they dreamed up in a lab. It's the direct result of over 10,000 hours of real-world experience on actual farms. Every single improvement comes from lessons learned in the mud, under the sun, dealing with the real challenges of farming. And this chart, well, this shows you just how ready the farming world is for this kind of solution. Check this out. The robot fleets for both 2024 times and 2025 sold out in a single day. The demand is absolutely massive, and Aigen is already taking orders for 2026. So, what does this all mean for the future? Well, this isn't just about a cool new machine. This is about a whole new philosophy for agriculture, one that's powered by what you could call green AI. Aigen's journey has been unbelievably fast. I mean, they were founded in 2020 by guys who came from Tesla and Proofpoint, and by 2023, they were already testing on sugar beet farms. Now, in 2025, they're deploying in California's cotton fields, and the plan for 2026 is a full-scale fleet for farms all across America. And this quote from co-founder Rich Worden really captures the why behind all of this. It's about so much more than just killing weeds or saving a few bucks on herbicides. This is a mission to fundamentally change our food system for the better.
So what we're really watching here is a major pivotal shift. It's a move away from a system that's completely dependent on chemicals and toward a future of farming that's intelligent, sustainable, and autonomous. A future that works with nature, not against it.
Which leaves us with a really fascinating final thought. When you picture the farms of tomorrow, what do you see? Is it tractors spraying chemicals? Or is it fleets of smart, solar-powered robots quietly tending to our crops? Because it seems like that revolution has already begun.